All right, you know what? It wasn't long ago. I think it was, last week or 2 weeks ago when McLovin said, hey, how about this poll question? Is Andrew Luck more likely to be a slight disappointment or a Hall of Famer? And this is when the ankle injury came out. Remember, it was the calf. And then the owner, Robert Irsay, said, I think it's an ankle. And then I started to think there's more involved in this. There's more to this story than just, it went from the calf to a high ankle. I still don't know what he has. But we know it's serious enough that he announced his retirement, and everybody's got an opinion on this. His decision to retire was a shock to the system for, the entire NFL nation. When people say, boy, this is the most shocking football story we've ever heard, I'm like, no. How about we start with O.J. Simpson, Michael Vick, Aaron Hernandez? Those are shocking stories. Andrew Luck's a different cat, all right? He is. He went back to college to get his degree. He could have left after his junior year. He went back to get his degree in architectural design, I believe. There are guys who are football players, and then there are guys who play football. Most are football players. Like J.J. Watt is a football player. Should he still be playing football? No, not at all. But Andrew Luck is a guy who was good at playing football. I don't know if he's a football guy, and there's a difference in that. But that doesn't mean he wasn't good at it or didn't love it. I just think that we're so unfamiliar with an athlete who uses logic, where you go, wait, what are you doing? Most football players, and Paulie had the analogy, let's say you have a rock in your shoe. Most football players will continue to play, in fact, stomp down on the rock, whereas Andrew Luck goes, how about I just take the rock out of my shoe here? I mean, it sounds logical. He just took the rock out of his shoe. Football players will tie the shoe differently. Like they'll somehow find a way. I'll walk differently. Hey, who cares? I'll take medicine. Shoot me up, whatever. Andrew Luck just said, I'm going to take the pebble out. He's removing football from his life. Everybody has an opinion on this. And when, he started to rattle off the list of injuries, it makes a lot of sense, but it's hard for us to imagine. And by the way, athletes are just commodities. We've moved on from all of these athletes. We don't care. We really don't care. Eric Dickerson joined us in Los Angeles when we were out there. And here's one of the great running backs of all time. And he looked great. I said, God, you look like you could give me a couple of carries. He said, people don't realize the toll that this takes on you. He goes, I slept in a reclining chair for 2 years because I had neck and back injuries. Nobody cares about Eric Dickerson's injuries. Nobody cared about Jim McMahon's injury, his health. He thought about killing himself. We move on. And Andrew Luck realizes that. And yes, he got paid, and there's reason for people to be upset. And how do you do this to your team? And how do you quit on your team? I understand those emotions. I really do. But I have to look at this and say, Andrew Luck did what Andrew Luck thought he needed to do. Is it inexcusable to the Colts fans? Yeah, I get that. I don't think he's saying, boy, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up the Colts for failure now. I think that he had to process this. It took a long time. It's something you do well. It's your identity. And maybe he doesn't want that as his identity. And, can you get away from this? The guys who had all the surgeries, I'm seeing all of this stuff here. Everybody's saying, how do you do this? I understand all of those emotions here. But Andrew Luck did what Andrew Luck thought he needed to do. If Barry Sanders was a quarterback and he walked away, we would have a bigger issue with what Barry Sanders did at age 31. Calvin Johnson at age 30. Jim Brown at age 30. What are you doing walking away from the sport? Yes, you got a contract extension. There are a lot of questions I have for Andrew Luck in this situation. When did you really know? And when did you let the Colts know? And what is the reason? Is there more surgery down the road? Like, you went through shoulder. You had, and I put some of this on the Colts, by the way. Ryan Grigson in particular. the former GM. What did I say for years? You have this investment. It's like having this unbelievable engine, but then you have a car that's falling apart. You know, you traded for Trent Richardson. You didn't use any linemen. You finally went out and got Quentin Nelson. And what happened? Andrew Luck had the best season of his career. He had the fewest sacks. Like it's not something that takes a whole lot of thought. Hey, how about we have a good offensive line? Chances are Andrew Luck might be able to play a little bit longer. But so many injuries, and then you start to get down on yourself, and you get in your head, and you don't want to go through it. And I couldn't play the game. I've told you, if you ever watched a game on the sidelines, you never let your kids play. It is violent. It's more violent than you think, because when you hear it, you can close your eyes on the sidelines. Just listen. There's no way you'd go, yep, I want my boy to play. I know we're macho. I know we all want to play through pain. I did stupid things with my knee and my shoulder. I waited 35 years to get my torn rotator. And I'm not even a pro athlete. I have an artificial knee because I was stupid when I played. This guy's out there, and they're taking shots at him. He's getting hit. Lacerated kidney. He's got shoulder. I understand all of these injuries. Do we want him out there? Yes, because it's about us. Hey, what are you doing to my fantasy team? Hey, what are you doing to my Colts? You guys got a chance to go. I understand all of those things. But this is something that we don't understand. An athlete who says, I'm going to take a logical approach. He's a guy he's got a flip phone. He's got a book club. I mean, he's not your normal guy. And we can't understand this. He's newly married. We can't understand this. Because all of us would go, I'd kill to play and make that kind of money and be a starting quarterback. Yes. This story is about us and how we perceive this. People who didn't play want to tell you they would play, or how you need to play, or what's wrong with you, or you're soft. You got to take a step back. And Andrew Luck is doing what I see all of this Twitter chatter. Oh, this is going to stay with him forever. Is Barry Sanders a quitter? Calvin Johnson a quitter? Is Jim Brown a quitter? Right? I haven't heard that. I've never heard somebody say, boy, Jim Brown's a quitter. Barry Sanders, quitter. Yeah, he walked out on the lines. How can you do that? I guess Andrew Luck is a quitter. But I'm guessing we'll move past this. Calvin Johnson, is he a quitter? Or is he smart? I don't know. I saw this reaction, this vitriol that Andrew Luck, how dare you do this? He walked away from his team. I get it. He gave up on a sport he excels at. But no matter what people say, I think we can all agree Andrew Luck was outstanding when he did play. And I wish him luck, and no pun intended, with his life after football.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.